Hi there. So I finally got my recording set up at home, and I just wanted to show you what I've got. So got my camera. I can't really show you that because, of course, I'm using that to speak. But I was going to demonstrate what I've got. Anyway, I've got this giant green screen behind me. I will show that off once I'm done. But you can see that it's actually like a screen over here. You can look. There's like somewhere that I think a cat got to it. Um, Anyway, that shouldn't be too much of an issue. I've also got the mic as of today, which is what you're using, I believe, to hear my voice. So let me just double check properties. Yep. All right. And this is the microphone, right? It's actually pretty huge. Soda can for scale. Okay. Anyway, so as far as making the videos look more professional with the background, right? Green screen, not the greatest thing in the world. So there's a couple ways I've found to do it. I'll show easy versus slightly more difficult, although the easy way isn't necessarily like the nicest way to do it. So if I go over here, there's a program called XSplit VCam, which can, as you can see, you can just kind of take and crop out a background automatically. Any background. Doesn't need to be a green screen at all. And it does a pretty decent job of it, actually. As you can see right from me over here. And let me just move out of the way. In the corner over here, right? Oh, and I've cropped the camera, so that's only seeing so much. But as you can see with my hands here, it starts getting a bit weird and blurry. It's great for these kind of, I think it's intended for just basically if you're showing your face. But like as soon as somebody else comes into the picture or you start doing weird things, it starts fragmenting a bit. I think this cost me $1 to get as randomly as part of a Humble Bundle. So it was worth $1 experimenting because I got a bunch of other stuff that I wanted with it. So no worries about that. Mind you, if you're just using pure OBS to do recording, right, here we are switching back to just using the green screen. What we can do is we can use software to do a chroma key. And that's a bit more tricky because what I really need set up in here, just a bit more to get it perfect, is some more lighting. Because as you'll see, I'm actually... as you'll see, it's not necessarily the most optimal thing I've got going on here. But anyway, so I've selected to map out the green, and you'll notice that it's a bit staticky, and that's just because it's vision, anything to do with trying to pick up colors and disseminate one thing from or figure out one from another. It's going to be discriminate one from another. It's going to be tricky, right? If I turn up the sensitivity, you'll notice that my nose and part of where the lighting is has started to disappear, as well as part of my hand, right? It's just taking out the green tones there. If I take it too down, I've heard people get the smoothness off, get the color spill reduction to 1, and then adjust as need be for the similarity. And there we go. And that's fine. And you get like some of this cheap movie effect right over here, right? Especially with the hand. So if you focus on the hand, you'll see the cheap movie effect right now. And that's because the lighting is actually kind of meh. From what I understand, it's all about the lighting here. But otherwise, but this is actually going to work for what we've got here. Oh, and it's, you notice in my, it's right over here. It's revert. Okay. So there, right, if I turn in the right direction, it starts eating out a bit of my glasses. Again, my glasses are a bit blue and green, so that's weird. It's cutting out of. But it works. So how would this look to a student? I'm doing this on Windows, by the way. As much as I like Linux, I'm having issues with that. So, I'm not a martyr to that cost. So close this. And, oh yeah, I'm not completely centered, but that's okay. Most of the students will probably, when I'm doing coding, the students will probably see this, right? there's a distraction-free mode. So IntelliJ has this distraction-free mode, which we can then enter full screen, and it just essentially looks like a full. Basically, they just see this with me over here. And the camera's right over here, so it'd be talking into it. And he's been helping me out, trying to figure out the best way to put this on and make sure I'm looking into the camera. I have the mic right in front of me, and from what I understand, this microphone has 4 settings, and I'm on the one which is only picking up right in front of me, so it shouldn't. So me typing shouldn't be too bad as compared to, say, an omnidirectional setting, which is there, and that should be a lot more clicky. We'll see in the aftermath. I've also thought about going from here, moving the microphone over here to the side, but I'm not really sure how well that works out. But then all I have to do is, I think, Shift F6, or is it? Yeah, so what was the run? Shift F10. And so if I run this, boom. So the students basically will just see this